recognized a lot of people doing things, and it was one of those, like, you're learning by their actions.
Maybe.
You're the Watchman from Marvel. Watching everybody, big head, glowing eyes.
Oh, yeah, the Watchers.
The Watchers, yes.
Watchers,
I know,
yeah.
I said Watchman. Fuck
so
me.
you're saying I have a big head? Wait. Am I going with the Watchers thing, or am I answering the fuck you right thing?
Is that, like, genuine? I'm gonna ride you like a pony.
I don't even think you're not even singing it right. Definitely not singing it right.
I just remember he says riding and pony. That's it. That's all I remember. It's a good song. It's a classic song.
Wow, we've been talking for a while.
That's like, I've got a guilty pleasure list.
You've been talking for a while.
I love you. Don't say that. I've got a guilty pleasure playlist on my YouTube account, and it's all just songs that I used to not want people to know that I listen to on the reg.
Boys,
No.
NSYNC, Christina Aguilera.
I'm talking like JoJo.
Bye.
I'm gonna go back to where I met you. Where did we meet, Norm?
Like you and I, or
yes, you and me. You and
watching.
don't. This isn't here, Norm. This isn't here. Wait, look at me. Look at me.
I can see it.
Look at me, Norm. Look at me.
I can see it.
I will turn that fucking thing away. Look at me. We're talking. You're killing me right now, bro. So I'll do it because you're not doing it.
No. You pulled in to Valvoline as a customer,
Wow.
and then we had some crazy conversation, and then you left. And then
I came to get my oil changed. Yeah.
Then you came and got a job.
Were you my CSR that day?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you were my CSR that day.
Yeah.
No.
And you were such a scrawny fuck then.
Oh yeah, I was like 130 pounds or 128 pounds.
You're
dude.
like, bro, I'm totally gonna do all these things to my RSX, and I'm like, man, fucking scrawny fuck doesn't know what he's doing.
You're such a dick. Yeah, because I remember Kevin hooked me up with the job that I went to go interview with Chris Brown. Chris Breezy. Chris Brown can do no wrong.
I don't think he was a store manager.
No, he was an ASCM.
Yeah.
But I interviewed with him, and then I met Doug the same day, but I didn't interview with Johnny. I just got the interview through Chris. And then I started like that Thursday.
And then it all went downhill from there.
It did. You kissed me. You bit my neck. Fuck
God.
you. You're so dumb. Oh shit. Yeah, we had some good times at that place. We did a lot of dumb stuff. We had a lot of weird conversations.
Remember Jeff?
I was just gonna bring up Jeff. You and Jeff were the only black guys there.
Yeah,
Yeah, you guys are dumb. I hated you both.
I remember
so
I was
much.
singing it, and he's like, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna be dancing, I'm gonna be doing it, and you're gonna be over there. You'd be like singing it in your head. My chuck is my knock. Yo, he was like, no, I ain't. Yo, I did it. And I remember we were busy, and I seen him look over, and I did, and he walks over. He goes, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I was singing this song in my head.
Yeah, he was always mad funny. I think of the entire time I worked there, I heard him say maybe 5 words. Ever.
You gotta pull it out of him.
Well, that was like with Dustin. I had to break Dustin Reed.
Break him?
I had to break him. I'm going to see if he'll come on and talk. But yeah, I had to break him.
With his pretty teeth.
His beautiful teeth.
I had a picture of his teeth as the background on my phone.
Yes, you did. I remember that. I looked, I was like, Norm, those aren't your teeth, Norm.
No way.
You got that snaggle tooth.
Yeah, right?
No, but...
It's a little annoying.
Because Dustin always was just like super stone-faced to me because I'm the loud, obnoxious, happy kid.
There's the word.
I know. I used it. Dang it. No, so I was the loud, obnoxious, happy kid, and he was the ex-Marine, in the real world, making it, on his own, and there's this my smiley ass just
It's hotter than Africa today.
Yo, he said that.
Because I've been there, I know that.
Yeah.
So you can't say it.
I used to try to like poke and prod him all the time, but it took I think 2 weeks of him coming in every day, and I would stop what I was doing, and I'd be like, Dustin Reed, you look very pretty today. And he would just stare at me, shake his head, and walk in the back room, and then on I'd say the 9th or 10th day, he goes, Kyle Pinky, you look very pretty as well. And then he dives into the back room. I was like, I did it!
Dude,
yes!
remember Charlie? Yes!
Bubby?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Bubby.
He'd be like, listen, man, you can't hit a home run if you don't swing.
Yeah, he had the worst motivational quotes. They were like Chinese proverbs.
Go to sleep, itchy butthole. Wake up, stinky finger. Charlie, how does that work for selling anything here today? Yeah. That was fun.
That was a good time. That was a good time.
Until Johnny got there.
I was there when Johnny got there.
He's probably going to see this. Sorry, Johnny.
Yeah, but whatever. He works out here in Webster now. He got his home store back.
Yeah, but I'm saying if he's going to watch the video.
He's not going to watch it. I'm going to post it. I'll even tag him in it on purpose, and he's still not going to fucking watch it.
Yeah, probably not.
He's going to be like, I got cornholes to make. Got another Celica to paint.
It was, that was fun, though. I mean, we had a lot of...
we had a ton of good time.
TJ
was fun, yeah. Were you there when that super tall, skinny kid came and worked, and he had the, like, E350, like, porn van? And he would drive all the way from, like, below Dansville near Corning to come to Henrietta on his 10-mile per gallon.
The one person that I remember hated working with, remember that Nate guy? He's like, I can speak English.
Oh, my God, Nathaniel Carrera.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, yeah, that's it.
He's like, all right, do you want the full synthetic?
And in Spanish and sign language. You know,
he would be saying it in Spanish as he's signing it in English. You're like, yo, bro, they don't know what Spanish is.
But he never showed up. Like, he would just, like, not show up. But he had, like, the highest DOP, and everybody
because he sniped. He was a sniper. Well, he got fired because he wouldn't show up. He got fired for stupid reason. Because he was in, I think he was studying for finals for, I think his second or third semester in RIT or something. And Johnny's like, either you show up or you're fired. He goes, all right, that's fine. He just didn't show up. And it's like, just showed you who the real gods were. Because he didn't need it. He didn't need the job. And he had bigger shit to do, like get his education taken care of. But yeah, he did talk really proper, didn't he?
Sort of. Maybe a little too Illuminati. He was like birthed by Illuminati.
Well, I felt like we were doing our civic duty every time he would go in the pit, because he was just such a prim and proper, clean person that when he would go in the pit, it was one of those like, we're even out the universe somewhere.
Right. Johnny, I thought you said everybody.
Yeah.
I remember he got mad at me, and that's why I really hated working in like those like corporate places, bureaucratic shit, you know, because they like tell you to do things. Nobody can be on their phone, and then I got yelled at for correcting somebody for being on their phone. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, how do you tell me this is the law that I'm supposed to lay, and then you yell at me for, well, it's the way you're saying it. I said, get off your phone or you're going home.
Seems reasonable, yeah.
Same thing as that. Like, I put Nate in the pit. No, we can't. We got to have him up here. He's got the highest DOP.
He's got to run DOP, bro. He's got to run that shit, bro. Yeah, I mean, I remember Chris, the TM, used to come on. He'd yell at me all the time for being too loud. And it's like, y'all should just pad the rafters, man. It's not going to slow down. I don't just stop because you say stop.
Who was the
I'm not going to say last
guy?
names. I'm not saying last names.
No, who was
it? Was Chris.
Was it Chris?
Yeah, it was Chris.
Yo, he told me he liked that I was yelling.
He hated because I laughed all the time, and he used to tell Johnny, or Johnny was just lying to me, be like, "Yo, man, you gotta chill, because Chris is like you're being too loud, man." Because it was Chris and Jeff, right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Chris was the marketing manager.
Only for a little bit before Matt took over.
Maybe.
Did you ever work with Hank? Sausage Fingers Hank?
I worked with a guy named Hank out at the Grease store.
Yeah, because he went out to Grease after he started in Henrietta with us. He had the fat fingers, right?
Oh, he was my like demise of that place.
Yeah, he was bad out there.
Because I got stuffed from Jefferson to Grease with Chris Brown, and there was just problems with Hank and I all the time. You know, because I'm supposed, like, he wasn't officially trained as an assistant manager.
No, he was just kind of thrown in and then got promoted really quick.
So I had to bring him up to what do they call it? Something tech.
Senior?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So I had to like do that on that, and then I would be helping him with his assistant manager's book when Chris wasn't there.
Yeah.
And then there was just always button heads on things. And I mean, I feel like everyone can always say it wasn't my fault. Maybe part of it was my fault, but just I would always get thrown under the bus and just fucking run over.
Well, you were just a senior tech, right? You weren't an ass man? Yeah.
So I'd always get run over. I'd be like, Chris, dude, you can fucking check the video.
Yeah.
And then there was just always some shit going on, and he always just tried to make the biggest things out of whatever. Like, he wrote me up I never got written up. I probably collected 6 or 8 write-ups for the short amount of time that I was at Greece before they sent me over to Webster.
I didn't realize you were in Webster at any point in time. That would have meant, yeah, because I remember, okay, so I had my car accident. I came back, and the day that I came back, there was a meeting, and you were leaving for Greece. That's right, because it broke my heart into a million bajillion pieces.
Jeff, yep, I knelt down next to him, and I go, dude.
Sorry, man. You're going to be the only black guy here?
You're going to be the last black guy. Yeah. And he told me, he goes, honestly, you leaving, it's going to be really bad.
Yeah. Did you remember the dude who looked like a baby bird when he didn't have his hat on? Did Nick Sutton ever tell you that story?
No.
Nicky was walking into he was getting in the morning to get ready for the day, and he walks in the main office, and I don't remember this dude's name. He had the Civic with the top that, like, he got all the shit, like, from the dumpster poured in it when they went to pull the dumpster out or the grease thing. They dumped the grease trap, and, like, the wind caught it, and he went right into his sunroof in his Civic. He worked with you. He was there when I got there. Either way, Nick walks into the main office, and they, like, see he had his back turned, and his hair, just old man hair, because he always had a hat on, so we never knew what it looked like under there. His hair's just crazy. And Sutton goes, excuse me, sir, you're not supposed to be in here. He turns around, and Nick's like, oh my God, oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh man, we did a lot of crazy shit then.
Yeah, we did a lot of funny shit. Remember we made the filter chair? We made the king chair out of the filters.
Cases.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we used to make the case chair, and people used to. I was joking with one of the kids after you left, and I was like, "Yeah, man, you know, if we're slow or something like that, you can always, like, you know, go down there and just hang out in the pit. You know, if you pass out for a little bit, you know, I'll just wake you up, just let me know or something like that." I was just joking with him. The way I said it, I was joking with him. Sure as shit, ding ding, pull in, ding ding, pull in, ding ding ding. Like
he fell asleep. Did
six
he
of them.
tell me he fell asleep?
Yo, dude is out. Dude is out. And Dusty Rivers goes down there, and he's like, "What the fuck, man? Get the up. What are you doing?" Like, he's just like, "Oh man, sorry, I didn't mean to." He's
Kyle
like,
said it was okay.
He's like, "Are you sleeping down here?" Dude, jeez. And this kid was just, he got fired that day for that shit.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he was out because I used to fall asleep in the pit. I used to take naps down there for like 10 minutes. If it was like, you know, because I'd wake up for the dings, but I used to take the king's throne. I used to lay down to the king's throne every now and then.
No, I never fell asleep down there. It was always dirty. I feel like every time I went down there, the person before me didn't fucking clean it.
Well, they redid the pits too, so we had all new rails and all new grates. So there was like a section that went out, like if you were in the first 2 bays, it went out further, so you could sit underneath the diamond plate and no one could see you. And it was just so cozy back there. And it was out of the view of the cameras, so the cameras couldn't see you either.
And then they put a camera down there on you, huh?
There was 4 of them down there. It's just you had to learn where they aimed. Yeah, they could turn them if they wanted, but that means somebody's got to go in the office and turn the camera. All about that PPE.
Yeah.
I had a really good time though when I got transferred out to Charlie. I was a little like apprehensive, but I went out there and I was with Dustin and a bunch of other guys. It was a good store though.
Yeah, I definitely got screwed. I probably couldn't get rehired back at Valvoline.
They would hire you back in a heartbeat.
I don't think so.
I think so.
No.
I know so.
I think Hank did something and tried to put me down on some paperwork as non-rehirable.
They don't have that unless you like blow someone's car up or you light the shop on fire. I'm pretty sure they'll hire you back.
No, I like.
Did you get fired?
I called I called like way far up on corporate just because there was so much crap going down at the grease store.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Chris Brown might have gotten fired or reprimanded.
No, he quit. He went to Firestone.
And then same thing with Hank.
I think Hank went to Midas.
Because when I called up, they show up, and I'm pretty. Jeff might have had something to do with it, but somebody from corporate called up and showed up. Huh. So, I mean, that's sort of like one of those no-no things.
Well, I remember the day the J Road pit flooded. All the corporate cats were at J Road. Oh. And, like, we were just there hanging out, and then it started to rain a little bit, and then it just started to pour. And they're all coming out there, hanging out there looking. And then just the back, like the falls gate just rips open, and it's just pouring in, and the pit floods all the way up. All the way up. And we're all there running, trying to throw like cleanup kits and sandbags, and we're trying to tear the ones from the back and throw them to the back. There was still coming in, still flushing. It's like, man, if these guys weren't here, y'all would have got away with some OSHA shit.
Yeah, that's crazy. I like where I'm at. You know, it's literally just myself and another guy.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that shop was that small.
Yeah. we push out a lot of work, though.
How'd you get in it? How'd you get in there, though? You work where?
It's a place called Drake Engines.
Yep.
So what happened is I was getting some head work done on my car.
Giggity.
Yeah. So I dropped my head off, and then, same thing as we do with everybody, what happened? Why are you doing what you're, trying to do? Just to try and maybe coach or figure out what the problem was, so we don't just kind of go waste money or waste our time type thing.
Okay.
So, I go in, I just want this stuff done. The head's fatigued. Nothing's really wrong with it. It works. I just want to, refresh it. So whatever, he asked whatever questions he did, and I don't really remember the questions or the answers I gave him, but apparently I made an impression. And at the time I was unemployed, he's like, "Are you looking for a job?" Well, conveniently, I'm on unenjoyment.
Unenjoyment.
And
was that after you worked at AutoZone?
no,
Why did you get fired from AutoZone?
I didn't. I got a job at Spur
Automotive?
the
dealership,
Subaru,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, and you got furred from Spur?
Sort of, I guess. I don't know. There was some conflict there.
They decided to let you go by the wayside.
There was a lot of bullshit with that.
Yeah.
Pretty much, the guy that was the ass kisser as a writer had been there for a few years, and he just always wanted to try and
Did you get hired as a tech or a lube?
No, I was parts manager.
Oh, you were parts. Oh shit.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So I had to deal with the service writer all the time. So kind of what did it with that is he had me give him parts. And, anytime I give parts, I have to put it on a ticket.
Yeah, you got to get a PO for it.
So he told me he had to put it on a customer's car, get it out of the shop, real quick, we'll get a ticket to put that on. So I see his car come in. So I call because I was more I was told I was a parts manager, but I still had to answer to the parts manager for Chevy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I just don't want parts to go missing, and then they ask me where the hell they are. So I'm like, hey, I don't know if this is the case, but, so-and-so asked me for parts. It looks like they're going on his car. I don't want it to be held against me. Somebody goes over to investigate, sure enough. So then, shit from there just kind of went down. He just wanted to nitpick everything on me. So it's not that I wasn't doing my job, but every day he would go in and complain to the owners. So,
It's because you stood up.
That was just kind of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I am who I am all the time. It's not that I was trying to get him in trouble, but I'm not trying to take the fall for somebody else.
Yeah, you don't want to get buried for somebody else's thing. I get that.
I mean, if I'm going to get in trouble for stealing, I better be the one stealing it.
Oh, for sure.
So that was kind of it. So he just always complained, and they said that, like any other job where it's with sales, they just said I wasn't making my numbers. And that was pretty much why I lost the job there.
That sucks.
Yeah.
And then you went to work for Drake. So, what do you do at Drake's? What is your job? Because I didn't realize it was that small of an operation. I thought it was 5'8" guys just pouring and polishing shit and maxing shit up.
Yeah, pouring and polish, no.
Pouring and polish.
I mean, we do a lot more I don't know, sort of refurbish, to stock. I always kind of joke around saying I make junk, less junk. Because the stuff that comes in the door, it's junk. Nobody ever really brings in, dude, this is completely fine. I just want to go through it and make it fresh. People you don't fix it if it ain't broke type thing. Mm-hmm. So people bring in junk that's broken. I put it back to, pretty much my job is to meet or exceed OEM specifications.
So give me an example. Let's say I pull up in a 2005 RSX with 100,000 miles on it.
How about we use your Subaru?
I don't want to talk about. I'm trying to get rid of that thing.
Because we go through a lot of Subarus.
Trying to get rid of that piece of shit. I hate that car.
So
I like all-wheel drive. I hate the flat four.
Well, Subarus are notorious for head gaskets.
Yep.
So let's say it pukes head gaskets. I resurface the heads, make sure they're not cracked. Well, not in that order. Usually the other way. Make sure they're not cracked because there's no point in me wasting time on machining something that's junk.
Yeah.
So make sure they're not cracked, resurface them so they can put a new gasket on it, something like that. But I mean, we do full blown stuff. Like we do, like antique marine restorations where they pull the engine out, they send the boat somewhere else, so they're gonna like make it pristine. I mean, we've worked on engines that are going in boats that are probably gonna be $2.5 million.
Holy crud. That's crazy.
And then we kind of do like every dealership work around here.
So like, what's your favorite stuff?
Oh, my favorite stuff? Stuff that's easy money. I mean, honestly, if my day was filled with just, hot tank pressure test and mill heads, we'd probably be making dumb money at the shop.
Why is that? Because they're so easy and so cheap?
It's quick and fast.
So what's a hot tank pressure test?
So hot tank is exactly how it is. I put it in a machine that hot water and a chemical cleans it. And then pressure test is, I pressurize the coolant cavity to make sure it's not cracked.
So what kind of cars need that done?
Everything.
Why?
Because everything fatigues.
Oh, so it's just from normal wear and tear.
Could be.
So
or somebody like catches a rock in a radiator, overheats the engine. There could be a lot of things.
That's interesting. So what? Okay, I know I mentioned port and polish. What is a port and polish?
That's sort of vague.
So if I bring you the head for the RSX,
well, I mean, there's a lot of things. Okay,
Yeah.
so there's hand, like doing it by hand or CNC.
Okay.
But I mean, there's a lot to it. It's not as simple as you just saying, I want you to, drop this off and flow a certain amount of CFM. First off, we don't have a flow bench.
What's that?
So a flow bench will kind of, it'll read like initial starting and then ending on how much air actually, like volume of air flows through that port.
Okay.
So, I mean, with people, I cannot replicate one port to the next, to the next, to the next exactly.
Is that just because of wear and tear and stuff like that, or motor to motor?
Because I'm a person.
Okay.
I can't replicate like a machine.
Okay. That makes sense.
Right? And then the other thing is, let's say I had a flow bench, just because I can show that there's more volume. Am I tiring you?
No. You're good. I just haven't had enough coffee today.
Just because I can show that there's more volume of air being able to flow through it doesn't mean that's exactly what you need. Because there's cam design, even, air kind of flows like water. The same characteristics of water, air kind of flows the same way.
Okay.
So, I don't know. It doesn't mean that it's efficient in that realm. You have to be able to prove on a flow bench, on a dyno, and at a racetrack that it actually does all that. That's why porting is so expensive.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
All that R&D. I mean, you have to have the ability to do all of that.
So let's say like I bought a used car and I brought the motor to you, and I was like, it's got 150,000 miles on it. I don't know what kind of shape it's in. It's probably fatigued. What would you do to that motor?
Depends on the car.
2007 Mustang 5.0.
Are you sure the 07 came with a 5.0 in it?
It didn't. It came with a 4.7.
I think it was a 4.6.
No, 4.7 was the first year in 07. 4.6s were for 05.
I don't think they make a 4.7.
They did. Don't fucking question me, because I literally just looked this up the other day.
Well, I think the mod motors are 4.6s because the Coyotes are 5.0s.
Is that the same year? That's the Coyote. That's the 5.0. No, they're 4.7s and 5 liters, and then they made a 3.5.
So the reason why I ask what it is, because each thing's kind of different.
Okay.
So let's talk about Mustangs. So the old school notorious 302 that everyone always had is pretty much shit at 500 horsepower. You crack the block
Every time? Okay.
If you don't do it like the first time, it's literally a ticking time bomb. It doesn't matter how you make the power, naturally aspirated, turboed, supercharged, nitrous, whatever. 500 is it. So, I mean, if you're going to do something like that, there's different things that we would do for that as we would do for a mod, which is like the 4.6, as we would do for a Coyote.
Okay, so let's say I'm bringing you a 4.7 liter.
There's no such thing as a 4.7 liter, but I'll let you just say.
I believe there is. If I had my phone on me, I would look this shit up right now.
I have my phone right here.
Look it up. Mustang 4.7 liter.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's a 4.6.
Do it, bitch.
Because then the other ones are 5.4s.
Which one's the 5.4? Is that in the...
They have 2V, 3V, and 4V.
Okay, now you're just speaking
do you
gibberish.
know what those mean? The V just stands for valves.
Oh.
That's it.
Well, because don't most of those Mustangs come single overhead as well?
Yeah, but they still call them 2V, 4V, 3V.
Is that like 2D, 3D, and 4D?
And I think the Cobras came dual cam. Okay, so would you say a 2007?
Yeah, it should be the 07 4.7 liter.
Well, the reason why they call them mod motors is they're modular.
What does that mean? Just
like
that everything can be interchangeable?
Yeah.
Modular.
Mustang GT. Oh, dude, I only have 3G down here.
I'm surprised. Do you want my Wi-Fi? Thank you, by the way, for not having your phone out. I have this thing where people usually start the show and they have their fucking phone sitting out and then it goes...
All right, let's see here. Pretty sure it's a 4.6. Just
what are we looking
where
at?
It says engine.
Oh, you cocksucker.
Did you not see?
No. I did. Mustang 4.7 V8. What, bitch?
I'm gonna wait for it to say 404.
Why? What do you mean a 404? What's that?
That's one of them nerd things. 404 error not found.
You're dumb. What year is this? Okay, so that's the older ones. It's amazing how much shitty horsepower those old original Mustangs built. It's terrible. Yeah, they were 4. You'll find a 4.7. What? Let me see. Oh, baby. I want a Mustang. I want one so bad. The wife doesn't like them.
They're real crowd pleasers.
Are they? The wife says that they're only...
You're so dumb. It's called Mustanging it.
Is that a thing? What?
I think that's what everyone says.
Am I really an idiot right now?
Yeah.
Is there really not a 4.7 liter?
I hate to...
So what years had the 5.0 then?
19 out of 20 friends drinking say there is no such thing as a 4.7 liter.
I'm going to kill you in your sleep. So when he wakes up dead, everybody knows it's me.
Wait, how could I wake up if I'm dead?
You're going to wake up dead in a bed?
I'm going to kill him in his sleep so when he wakes up, he knows.
Yeah, see, this one says 60s. So it was the 60s had the 4.7s. Okay, so if I was to get a Mustang, would you say that a 4.6 is sufficient for me?
I would tell you to take that engine out, junk it, and get an LS.
Why would I put a Corvette motor inside of a fucking Mustang?
Well, it's not really a Corvette. It comes in everything. LS is the reason why they say LSX is because of all the different numbers that they have for the LS. LS3, 7, whatever.
So which motor could I put in a Mustang?
I just wouldn't put a Mustang engine in it.
Okay, well, no. So this is what I'm asking. Like, this is on the list of cars that I want to get. Is I want to get that body style, the 05 and up body style. And I want to.
If you ask me, you're going to show up, and all the Ford guys are going to hate you.
Why? I don't care.
Because it's Chevy powered.
Who gives a shit? It's a week in the hot box. Who gives a shit? I don't care. I don't give a shit as long as the car works. Because I would like to turbo something. And I want to turbo an RSX or I want to turbo a Mustang.
An LS engine is great to turbo.
Are they?
Yeah.
They're probably a fortune, though.
No. Dude, you can get like a junkyard 4.8 for like $500.
What? How is that possible?
Because they come in everything.
Oh, like the trucks and everything, as well as the Corvettes and some of the...
Hopefully I don't offend anyone. But they say an LS is like a retard with a hard on. So
what transmission do you need for that thing? Can I just use the Mustang tranny?
No, you'd probably better off just getting a GM tranny and then just have the drive shaft situated for the tranny and then the rear end.
Okay, I didn't... So what I would do is I would pull the motor, leave the rest of the Mustang components, pull the transmission, drop in an LS with an LS tranny, and then leave the rear drive shaft and differential.
Well, you can't really say LS tranny because there's a lot of transmissions that bolt up on that.
So what would be a good one to put on that then?
Depends on what you're doing. So if you want to stick
stick,
shift,
yeah,
it'd have to be like a T56 and be ready to swallow like $2,000 or $3,000. Yeah.
Why?
They're just expensive.
So why don't I just keep the Mustang motor and give it a basic turbo?
Yeah, it's junk.
Why is it junk?
It's horrible.
What's wrong with
They
it?
suck.
Why?
Ask Ford.
Someone was saying just buy the V6 and turbo it, and I was like, but why?
Well, for one, insurance will look and say it's a V6.
Yeah. Yeah, but I feel like the sound difference between the 6 and the 8 is just totally different.
No, you would get the V6 and pull the V6 out.
See, you're making this a lot more work than it has to be. If I picked one up, whatever the motor's in there, I'm just slapping a kit on it and call it a goddamn day.
It's horrible.
Why?
Because they suck.
Come on, don't do this to me. Are you really saying? Because I really love Mustangs and I really want one.
Your bubble, you know.
That's why we had the conversations about the RSXs, because there was that point where I just wanted to turbo the shit out of an RSX.
Like, again, I would say if this is me, I would get like a 4.8 or a 5.3 GM LS junkyard because they're like $500 or $600.
Yeah, but then you're looking for a ton of money on a transmission.
No, I would get an auto. If you're just drag racing, I would just get an auto.
I just want a daily. I just want a fun daily.
It would be a fun daily.
No, it wouldn't. It's an automatic.
Dude, you get like the trans brake. You see how the car's like...
I remember you were telling me this because you wanted a vet at one point, and you were like, I
still want a vet.
Just want to get an automatic vet.
No.
I can find you one.
Still want a vet. No, they're too expensive.
What year?
All of them, they're all expensive.
No.
I'm good.
Not for who I work for.
I need to buy another house.
I can find one for you nice and cheap.
No, I need to buy more houses.
More houses? No. He lives in one house. He owns one house and lives in one house.
Yeah, but I need to buy more. I need more.
the luxury right there.
Yeah, I don't have the like where I work at. I don't have all the personalities to fight with. I don't have all that bureaucratic crap. Mm-hmm. So I do like where I work at. But how do I make more money?
Oh yeah, for sure. At the end of the day.
So I don't want to have like 4 or 5 jobs because I try to make a point with my life where I'm not chasing the buck. Money is horribly a necessity.
Yeah.
Where am I going to live for free?
True story.
Even under the bridge, I wouldn't call that for free.
Uh-huh.
Could you get chased out by cops or arrested or whatever? But how do I make more money at my current job? And then even later on, I don't have a 401k or retirement. So later on, if I have more rentals, I can supplement my current income. Mm-hmm. And then it's sort of like my retirement later on.
Yeah.
And then if I ever need to unload, I already have equity in them and I can just dump them.
Yeah. Well, that's not bad. That's a good way to think about it, as long as you're being cognizant about what you're doing. I always said if I had money, I would buy land and I would turn it into a cemetery. Because everybody dies.
You're killing me.
You give me the first one, right?
No, if I had lots of money, I'd be buying lots of property. And I think a little bit of a mix on, you're probably better off more with commercial property because they typically want to take care of their shit. Mm-hmm. I'm a business. I don't want to look like slum, so they usually keep really good care of the property.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I would like to. I'd probably still want to have residential shit just to be able to deal with people. I don't know.
It's not a bad way to think of. So is that the plan? The plan is eventually to have enough income properties and then you just kind of maintain them.
Only residential.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Commercial's really expensive to buy.
Mm-hmm. One day.
Not gonna happen.
Are you a good landlord? Are you a gracious God King?
I don't think that's my question to answer.
No.
Everybody gives it like.
Do you want me to drag my sack across your face? I'm sorry. I'm really bad at this situation.
No, I think most people that try to give some sort of subjective answer, it's always their point of view.
Yeah, for sure. Who else's point of view could you give?
Yeah, but everybody always tries to play the victim.
But you're always you. So the only victim you can play is the you victim.
I mean, still, even if I say I'm giving a truthful answer for what I think other people are experiencing, they might give a different answer had you ask them. You know?
Well, see, I'm surprised you don't buy and sell more cars. Like buy them for cheap and then profit.
No money.
There might be.
No.
Is that my dog crying?
I think so. She hears my voice.
No, I think the wife's home.
Bitches love me.
Bitches love me. This is the most depressing part, is looking how much battery life we have left, and we've only been recording for an hour and 20 minutes.
Damn.
Yeah, at some point or another, I'm going to end up having to zip tie that extension cord. Please don't do that. At some point or another, I'm going to have to zip tie a extension cord to this little guy, so that way I can plug it in and I can... or I should just actually use my extension cord next time. And just plug it in. Dude, you're killing me, Norm. You're killing me.
I'm surprised I haven't had to pee. I feel like I'm getting that.
Yeah, usually I try to lock it down the whole time just because it's not more than, 2 hours.
You talk for 2 hours?
We have a 3.5 hour one.
3.5 hours? How many times did you pee?
I didn't pee once.
Oh, well, my spinal surgery and stuff.
Does it push on your prostate?
I pee more often sometimes.
Is it because of you, or you just have to pee more often?
I don't know.
It's terrible. You should probably look into that. That's no good, though. So you've obviously owned a handful of really, really nice cars. Well, not really, really nice cars. You've owned a handful of cars that are great.
Maybe.
They're okay. They're real cool cars. And you just got sponsored to do rallycross, right?
No, I don't rallycross.
I thought you got sponsored.
No, I don't rallycross. Rallycross is in the dirt.
So you autocross.
I autocross.
I'm sorry.
And I don't think I'm officially sponsored yet.
When are you going to get sponsored?
As soon as they wrap my car.
Yeah, when's that going to happen? After it's finally off the stands?
Probably as soon as it's done. You can't really say, give me.
Mm-hmm.
It's a... Even though in the workplace, right? Quid pro quo.
Yeah. Tit for tit.
Yeah.
I mean, tat for tit. I mean, tit for tit.
You have to be able to offer something.
Yeah.
I guess me as a person, for one, would be like the offer. I don't know. I think I'm all right with people.
Okay.
I know enough people. But then I also, the product itself, with the car, the company that I'm going to be hooking up with, they do car care stuff. Mm-hmm. So, I need to have something that draws attention, So if I just have a regular car where I'm like, I have an 04 Malibu, you know what I mean? Who gives a shit about a Malibu?
Yeah. That's true.
I have a stock Honda Accord, so with the car, with it, who I am, what I do, and what it is, I guess kind of fills out all the stuff. So it'll draw a certain amount of attention plus what I do.
Uh-huh.
The company can't be at every event.
I was going to say, are there stipulations to how many rallycrosses, autocrosses you have to do?
Well, with the one company, they said two events a year.
That's nothing.
No problem.
That's you do that just for fun.
In a month.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And then the other people, it's just whatever, so people are going to be taking pictures. Every autocross I go to, people take pictures. So, with that, they can't, the whole thing is networking, so they can't be at every event. So I'm already going to be there. So I'm just show up, I have their name, look at my car, and whatever.
So this is the third car that you've turboed?
No, it might be like fourth or fifth.
Because you did the Del Sol. Well, okay, so you did the 4-door, the Del Sol, the Coupe, and now the Integra.
I feel like there might have been something else.
You feel like you put a turbo motor in something else?
Maybe.
It wasn't good enough to remember.
Yeah, I don't know. I think something was there. I don't know. I don't remember.
I still think it's so funny that the first car you turboed is the shitbox 4-door.
No, I turboed the Del Sol. The 4-door was a winter beater.
Yeah, but it was still turboed.
Right, but I did the Del Sol first.
I thought... Wait, so how did the turbo motor get into the Integra then? I'm sorry, the Civic.
They were two different cars.
Oh, they were two different motors?
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought the motor for the Del Sol came out of the...
Dual cam, single cam. I know you're going to hate me, but I have to pee.
You can get up and go pee. Yeah, get up and go pee.
Should I bring the camera?
Yeah, sure, if you want to show the world your penis. You dummy.
So do you talk to yourself now?
No, yeah, sometimes I do. I just kind of try to hang out here by myself and give the entertainment level. It will behoove me to figure out how much recording time I get out of each of these full chargers. It seems like this battery doesn't last very long, and it is a brand new battery, but it's nice that I have the ability to kind of keep it charged up and keep it ready. Well, I mean, I can actually charge it while it's recording, rather. But because I feel like sometimes an hour and a half just isn't enough time, or 2 hours just isn't enough time. It's good, though. I'll be editing and uploading soon. Sorry if this is the first video that you've ever seen. Well, this is the first video that we're doing, and it's dog shit right now. I'm so sorry. We're still trying to figure it out and get this stuff all worked out and figure out the acoustics, and obviously the blank wall here is going to get covered up soon, and blank wall that way, blank wall that way. I do have more space over here with a bunch of stuff going on, but with the pool table in the middle of the room, it makes it really hard to find a good angle, so that way we can record it and it doesn't look like I'm forcing it to be where it is to be recorded. Hey, buddy, how are you? Did you have a nice little pee time?
Did I say pee or shit?
You said pee.
Oh, okay.
Did you shit out your pee hole?
What if I peed out my shit hole?
Pissing out your ass? Yes.
When I pee and poop, I call it a number 3.
No, that's puke.
No, somebody else called it a pit stop, so it's like pee and shit.
Pit stop.
Yeah, I call it a number 3 just because I do a number 1 and a number 2.
Oh, so 1 + 2. Yeah, I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm getting back to these turbo cars because this is something that really, really interests me. I did not realize that that both the Del Sol and the 4-door had different setups and different motors and different turbos. I had no fucking clue. Why'd you do that? How did you do that? That seems like a lot of money.
Well, no. The one for the 4-door, I got the whole car off of somebody for like dumb cheap. I usually fall into like pretty decent deals. So I got a Civic hatchback that had a turbo engine in it, and the kid couldn't figure out how to get it running. I traded him a running car. I figured out how to get it running, and I think it was something really dumb. I think it was like just a spark plug wire and an O2 sensor.
Oh, that's cheap. That's easy. That's like $150.
So the shell was in really good condition, and I got the 4-door because the dude wanted the hatchback. So he traded me a whole 4-door for just the shell of the hatchback.
That's the EG, right? Because Josh had an EG. Was that the same EG or no?
Josh had an EF.
Oh, we have an EF. I didn't know that.
But the EF he had, I owned before too.
Everybody gets a Norm car at some point or another.
Maybe.
It's very funny. Because I remember the 4-door ended up going to like 4 or 5 people.
Didn't
it come back to you at one point? Yeah, I don't want to say her name, but yeah,
was it Alyssa?
Yeah, because it went to I think 3 people. Because I remember after you left, Don and I ended up having to do like brakes and rotors and some other shit on that car while we had that car up in my driveway, we had my car up in my driveway, and we had another girl's car up in my driveway all at the same time, and I had to pick him up because his wife had the car. And no, it wasn't her. And then we had my little sister's car, and we were driving back and forth to the parts store in a purple Cobalt.
That's hot.
It was terrible.
The 4-door was fun. I sort of missed that because it was completely stock except for the turbo kit. So it had like 13-inch steel wheels with hubcaps.
The Steelies, yeah.
Dude, I can't tell you how many people I fucked with that. I can't. It was hilarious. And because the 13s, it was just everywhere.
Did I tell you about right when I moved to Florida in the Type S, I got into a race with a Prism.
Gross. Oh. It whooped you?
It didn't just whoop me. It made me into a joker. It was terrible. Like I pulled up next to this thing, it's rusting. I was like, Florida with rust? That's crazy. And I see it, and the guy.
Well, they have a lot of cars with rust
because by the water, yeah.
Right,
so,
yeah.
But so we're at the light, and we're at one light, and we're making a left, and I hear him go. I was like, oh shit, okay. So he goes. I was like, fuck yeah. So I followed him real quick. We get to the light. He pulls up. I get next to him, and
did he ask you what the retail is on your car?
No, we didn't have a conversation or anything. No, but I didn't even look over at him. All I heard is him go, I was like, oh, he's understating.
So why was he humming?
he was trying to get my attention. He wanted me to look, and so I didn't even.
So you didn't have a conversation, but he was going, not the car.
That was the car, motherfucker.
Right.
Looks over, and goes, baby, you baby.
The car's whisper quiet, right? So he's. That's like a Tesla owner, right?
That's like that was like the electric, the turbo Mustang that went by me the other day. And went, oh. I was like, oh, come on. But yeah, no. So we're at the light, and I could tell. After the race, I knew why he was doing it like that. It's because he didn't want me to hear the turbo spool. So he was doing it. He was revving just enough so the turbo wouldn't spool up. And I was like, this motherfucker in a Geo prison wants to get shit on. All right, let's do this. And I rev back, vroom, vroom, with the nice Borla and the Megan race headers. I was like, this shit's about to get on. And the light turns green, and we go, and I hear gone. I was like, holy shit! And I pull up to the light, and he's sitting there, and he's going, vums, vums, vums. I was like, oh my god, he's got the turboed cobalt motor in that fucking thing. Oh, you savage!
I don't know what goes in the prisms. Maybe
No.
turboed the prism engine.
No, that engine's dog shit. No, because I recognized the sound because one of the guys who worked at Valvoline with me had the turboed cobalt, and I recognized
the one in like Gates or some shit, right? I forget what his name is. He had like an orange one, right?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say his name though, but yeah, him. Don't say his name.
I don't remember. Well, I don't
say
even
his name.
remember
Doesn't
his
matter.
name. I can't even remember it. It
But
hurts.
I recognized the sound.
Do you smell something burning?
It's my ass. But no, yeah, so I recognized the sound. I was like, cocksucker. Just shoved a fucking turboed cobalt motor inside of like a 1,500 pound dot, like, Geo Prism or some garbage. Like,
That's hilarious.
That's so dirty too.
I suckered somebody with the blue coupe that I got rid of. Did I tell you on that?
Nah.
So I like to just drive around. I don't even have to.
I thought you said jizz drive around.
Yeah,
I was about to
jizz,
what's this jizz driving?
I like to just drive around anyways. I don't even have to beat on my car, but where everyone congregates. So I went down to the beach just to see if I could find somebody to sucker. And there's a line of these kids with the Hyundai Genesis.
Oh, those things.
And the one kid has his hood popped. And the Civic was quiet, had a full exhaust muffler, the whole nine.
Was Tokyo Drift playing in the background?
Yeah, no. But it was like the same thing. If I revved it, you wouldn't hear the turbo or blow off valve. Yeah. So, I roll up, they got the hood popped, and I just, you got to set him up. You got to, because the kid's young, you got to hit him where his pride is to set him up, Does that thing run?
How old were these kids you were picking on?
They might have been a year out of high school,
How did they get a Genesis? This is what pisses me off.
Mom or dad, I don't know. Not my business. They have it.
True story.
So, I'm like, does it run? Yeah. Looks at his friend.
Yeah.
Of course it runs. So I said, which